The Motorpoint Arena waited for the Cardiff Devils. And of course, on a Saturday night when the Devils were in town, it meant local Ben Bounds was back in Sheffield. Even more local, Ben O'Connor made his Sheffield Steelers debut. Eddie was in town. The Steelers, well, skate sharpened, ready to go. Ben O'Connor, last man out. What a reception he got as well in front of the crowd that used to watch his father play when he was just a boy. Now a big part of the Sheffield Steelers team. This was a Steelers-Devils battle like we've come to expect, and right off the bat, Eddie and Hoffen straight at it, trading rights, big punches, good scrap, honest fight. There was a few not so honest fights later in the night, but this was a good old scrap. Big bomb by Hoffen, and of course, came back Eddie. With a couple of bombs of his own. 5-minute penalties for fighting each. Off they went. A later power play for the Steelers. Look at that for a pass. What a pass, Ben O'Connor. Oh, what a finish, Colton Fretter. Shoots, he scores. You'll see only 4 players celebrating. Ben O'Connor made the pass, went back to the bench. You can see him there, top of your screen, go back to the bench. As Fretter shoots and scores. Just look where he puts this one. Well, you can't get a piece of paper between the goalpost and the ball. Fabulous shot from Colton Fretter. They don't come any better. The Steelers led a 0-0, 16 minutes and 28 seconds. You wait 16 minutes for a goal, then 2 come in a minute. This was a pretty nice one as well. Fretter and Ben O'Connor are involved in it later in the play. You see O'Connor at the bottom of your screen. He knocks the puck forward, but look at the work from Colton Fretter. And he waits. Mike Forney finishes. Forney shoots and scores. Fretter, O'Connor with the assists. The Steelers would go up 2-0 and take that 2-0 advantage into the period break. Lovely finish by Mike Forney. But really, this is all about Colton Fretter. What a first period he had. A great goal, a fabulous assist. Steelers led 2-0. Early in the second period, the Cardiff Devils thought that they got a goal back. Perhaps a little unlucky as well. Lord is in the crease, and straight away the referee says no goal. Michael Hicks, no goal. He explains.
No goal.
We all loved Hicksy at that point, didn't we? You'll see Lord come across. Is he in the crease? Yeah, kind of guess he is, but you've seen them given, haven't you? Steelers got away with that one. Would they get away with another? Perhaps not. Steelers going close. It was getting fruity again, but the Devils would break. It would be a nice finish and a nice play. Super work there. Joey Haddad, Cullingan and Walton picked up the assists. Haddad had just come out of the penalty box, makes the pass. But poor old Frank was left in no man's land. Haddad makes it 2-1. We're 26-26. Jailer Tulip giveaway. And the Tulip has to get involved with Morissette. Making amends. A little bit of a face wash. But of course, in comes the cavalry. There's Hendricks. We'd have been seeing a lot more of him. Savage gets involved. This time with Lord. But where there's trouble, there's normally Trevor Hendricks. Back to the action. Breakaway, Morissette. Frank needs to stand tall, does stand tall. Makes a super save against Morissette, who beat him in a penalty shootout. Of course, only a couple of weeks ago, Morissette got a goal there. Penalty coming in against Masienko. 33-40. Gets a holding minor. Power play time for the Cardiff Devils. Didn't take them long as well. 19 seconds to pull this game back to 2-2. Walton with the assist. But they don't get sweeter finishes than that, do they? Joey Martin tied it at 2, 6 to go in the middle period. Again, look where this one goes. No stopping that, is there? We saw some pretty goals, did we not? You see there, a bit of a push. Eddie goes down hard. Tyson Marsh off to the penalty box. Bit of a daft penalty, Tyson. Steelers on the power play. Even worse, Haddad was already in the box. Made it an even dumber penalty. It's now a 5-on-3 power play. Keep your eye on Matthew Watt, buys himself some time with that little push and shove, and when the rebound fell, he was there to shoot and score. All about that little push just before the puck gets to him, just buys him a couple of feet, and look at that for finish. 3-2 the Sheffield Steelers led, 42-16. Third unit out for the Cardiff Devils, and they would be successful. Shot comes in from Jones, padded away, but there was big Clarkson, Doug Clarkson, on his backhand, ties the game, 48-44, 3 apiece. Steelers couldn't clear. Clarkson has got that huge reach. Frankie tried to get across, so did Hewitt, not to be. Steelers would go close again. This time it was the turn of the British Bulldog, Jason Hewitt. But again, more afters would follow. Eddie goes in, Clarkson goes in, Hoffen goes in. After the penalty box, young man. And the Cardiff Devils, big, strong and tough, and weren't afraid of throwing it around on Saturday night. That, of course, meant more power play opportunity for the Sheffield Steelers. Not a power play this time though. You're going to see a nice finish after a great play from Phillips. Out it pops, Masienko shoots and scores. 4-3 the Steelers, 54-39. Tyler Masienko. Big shot from Phillips. And uncontrollable rebound from Bounds, and Masienko taps home. Still not over. This one's still got a bit left in it. 57th minute. Watch the hit on Cone from Clarkson. The big tough guy from Cardiff and the skilled defenceman from Sheffield, but Cone says, I ain't having any of that. I ain't having that. Anyway, he's prepared to take a couple, and he gives a couple. Dustin Cone. Top job against Doug Clarkson. You can see the big heavyweight of the Cardiff Devils throwing a couple of bombs, but you can see that Dustin Cone gives as good as he gets. The goalie was pulled. The Cardiff Devils threw everything at the Sheffield Steelers. It was mayhem. But the puck would break, and the Sheffield Steelers would get a chance of an empty net. Waugh would chase it down. He then gets pulled down from behind, and you'll see Hansen, the referee, points goal. Would have been a penalty shot if the goalie would have been in his net, but he wasn't. He'd been pulled, so the goal is awarded. Neil Francis didn't like it. He was fuming. Still the fun isn't over, despite the Sheffield Steelers leading 5-3. Look at that. Disgusting. Shocker punches from Hendricks onto Masienko, and then down at the far end, we've got Jesse Michin with Colin Eddy, of course, Colin Eddy. Fans loved it, but the whistle had gone. Game was over. Points were in the bag, but still the Cardiff Devils kept on coming. It would result in some pretty serious penalties. 5-minute fighting major would go against Michin, a 5-minute fighting major would go against Colin Eddy, and a match penalty would go against Hendricks. The boys would argue a little bit longer. They eventually shook hands. Hendricks would miss Sunday's game, a game that saw the Cardiff Devils beat the Steelers 5-2. Ben O'Connor got presented with the Man of the Match award, courtesy of Northern Ground Care. Amy and Beth did that. Ben did the hot lap. Everybody wanted to speak to Ben O'Connor after the game. All the media interviews, the Star, Radio Sheffield, and of course, Steelers TV. In fact, we caught up with him first. This is what he had to say before we spoke to the head coach, Gerad Adams. Benny, welcome home. As a young boy, you used to be here and watch Dad play, and now you're here and contributing massively tonight on a great victory. Just before we talk about the game, what was it like at the beginning? Because as a kid, you always wanted to skate out as a Steeler, and now you did.
Yeah, I mean, you look back, 15 years ago, and I was up in the stands, bowl of popcorn and loving the blackout and screaming just like everyone else. And do you know what? Being away for 4 or 5 years, I watch all the streams. I'm the biggest fan there is. So to stand in the tunnel tonight with the lights going and yourself calling my name, and the reception I got was absolutely fantastic. And I can say a bit more than nerves were going on in my stomach. So was
Talk
fantastic.
to us through that first period, because a great first period for you, 2 assists, including what a pass for Fretz' goal.
Yeah. I mean, first 5-10 minutes, Cardiff came out hard. Give them credit. They pressed us hard, and after that we settled in and we went to work, and it was a good finish to the first period. Fretz cut across the blue line really nicely. It was wide open. It made my job really easy just to give him the puck. So.
For all of us, we think, oh, Ben O'Connor, he's a great player, he can just fit in, you know, it's a piece of cake just to fit into a team. But you come here, you have one practice session with a new team. How hard is it for you to fit into the styles, the systems that are different to those that you've been playing for the last 3 years?
Well, you've got to remember these guys have been working hard day in, day out and battling since August, you know, and for a new face to come in, you know, give them credit. They've made me feel so welcome. You know, got a great bunch of guys. I can't say enough about them. And, you know, the systems, G's been working with me and had meetings and going over. I mean, it's not reinventing the wheel. He's a smart coach. He knows what he's doing, and it's everything I've done before. So it's just keeping that in mind and just giving me pointers, as well as Kona and Hazy, and all the boys just helped me out tonight, which was fantastic.
I've seen a couple of games in Kazakhstan when I've put the streams on, but really, I don't know what the game's like over there. How is this game different to the game that you've been playing?
Oh, you can see in my eye, it's a lot more physical. You know, it's a lot more physical, North American style. Maybe not as quick, but I mean, some of the guys are flying. So, big ice surface like Sheffield, you've got to watch what you're doing. But it's definitely more physical. And I'd say back in Kazakhstan, it's more possession, bring the puck back, hold it, pass, hold it, bring it back. Where over here, you know, I know G stresses a lot, north-south hockey, up and down. So it's good. I really enjoyed it tonight. I had great fun.
If you were the happiest man in the building at the end of the night, you know, picking up all the awards, the proudest was the old man who stood outside. Have you seen him since? Because he's got a grin from ear to ear.
Yeah, no, I haven't really seen him. I've seen him in passing, but he's flying around, busy working, and no doubt we'll sit at home tonight and have a chat and watch Match of the Day. Yeah. Which will be nice.
Yeah, nice to do that on a Saturday night. Benny, congratulations. Good to see you back,
Dave,
fella.
thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. Gee, an enthralling game, a period of 3 halves almost, wasn't it? First the Steelers, second the Devils, third the Steelers came back, and that game had everything.
Yeah, I thought the first period, I thought we dominated in every aspect. And the second period, I'm sure they feel they dominated in every aspect. And then the third period, it could have gone either way. I thought it was a really good hockey game, but we kept with it, and you know, I thought we battled hard. I thought we deserved the win. Yeah,
fabulous start. You couldn't be more pleased, could you? 2-0 up, and the new boy Ben O'Connor with 2 super assists.
Yeah, he played extremely well for us all night. So again, the first period was extremely well. Good execution from the players. So it's something we need to carry forward into games going ahead.
Was it difficult for Benny just to step into a complete new system, a new team, and play so much as he did tonight?
I don't know if much more difficult, but I think he's a little bit nervous, you know, coming back into Sheffield. But he played extremely well, and he's a very gifted player. His skating and passing, and you know, I'm very impressed the way he can read the game. So he's got a lot going for him. He's a good hockey player.
That Freta finish was a bit special, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of those things, you know, we were looking to do before the game was try to make some plays like that, and he's good. He can shoot the puck. He's a good player for us. We need him, and you know, we need him at his best all the time.
How frustrated were you second period on that bench with Cardiff taking over then?
Yeah, extremely frustrated. It's well, you know, it's more frustrating, I think, for me to sit there and watch. But the players feel the frustration as well. And it's, you know, one thing we communicated after the second period, and we were extremely good in the third period. So I'd just rather talk about the first and the third and the result.
And in the third, we kept our discipline very well, something that Cardiff didn't. Ran into penalty problems, and you capitalised.
Yeah, I thought our power play played extremely well. Got a lot of chances. You know, it could be a little bit more clinical at the end, so something that needs to be addressed. But we got the timely goals at the right time, and you know, that's what happens when you play physical teams like Cardiff. Is sometimes they're going to step over the bounds and they're going to take some penalties. So you got to capitalize on the power play.
Is that what happened at the end? I could see you know, trying to get involved there a little bit and seeing what was going on. What was going on at the end, right at the?
I was not trying to get involved. I was trying to get a player off their team to get escorted off the ice, and I think that would have eased the situation.
Yeah. Do you expect overnight some suspensions, perhaps in the Cardiff over?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
There's one incident that's disgusting. There's no room for that in hockey, so I'll let the powers that be to look at it. But I'll save comment. But there's the incident that I'm speaking about. There's no room for that in the game.
Just very quickly, just going back a little bit, the Matthew Waugh second goal that wasn't. Obviously just been explained to us by the referee why it was a goal, but you don't see that very often, do you?
No, it was the right call. You got to give credit to the officials. Both of them played positionally well for the officials. There's a call in the first period I didn't think was the right one, but they clearly explained to me why they thought it did. So it was good. The communication was great from both those guys tonight.
Should be fun tomorrow, shouldn't it?
Always fun in Cardiff. It's a good thing I got a little experience in that rink.